Um, what I'm going to be talking about really today is different ways of providing information for disabled people. But I think that first, I was hoping that Scott Rains would be able to clarify some of the disability market for us. I'm just going to nip through that quickly. In the first 6 months of 2009 in the UK, disabled people through travel contributed £1 billion towards the economy in the UK. The Open Doors organisation in Chicago in the US have showed that Americans with disabilities contribute $13.6 billion to the tourism industry. So we're not talking a particularly small market here, we're talking quite a lot of money. The common assumptions that tourism providers make, whether they be accommodation providers or whether they be guide companies or whatever, is that they do not have any facilities for disabled people. These 4 points here are all interlinked. We don't have any facilities, we don't have any ramps, we don't have any access for wheelchair users, which throws me straight on to point 3. Facilities for disabled people does not just mean wheelchair users. Wheelchair users are actually the minority of people with disabilities. There's only about 9% of us that use wheelchairs. Or the other common assumption is, well, we once had a wheelchair user stay in our hotel, therefore it's fully accessible for everybody who uses a wheelchair. Now, different wheelchair users use them for different reasons. They might be able to walk a few steps. They might have an electric wheelchair which is much bigger than a manual wheelchair. They might not be able to transfer so easily from their wheelchair into a shower. So just saying that our facilities are wheelchair accessible isn't enough information for me to make a decision on whether that facility is good enough for my needs or not. Again, all disabilities are the same. I had an interesting experience yesterday. I travelled up from Calgary on the Red Arrow buses, and Red Arrow have a policy. They assume that all disabled people are the same. They got me up onto the coach with their ramp, and then I asked them if I could sit in a normal seat. I wanted to transfer into a normal seat, which is much more comfortable for me. It's got a table so I can work on the bus with my laptop. And they said to me, "We've never had that request before." Well, I'm requesting it now, can you help me? In the end, I had to stay in my wheelchair for 3.5 hours on the coach. I couldn't get any work done. It was very uncomfortable. The back of my wheelchair is quite low and I was bouncing about all over the place. But this is their blanket policy about disabled people, specifically wheelchair users. So the way that I've started with Accessible Barcelona was to provide descriptive text and photographs of specific things for disabled people. When we're talking about accommodation, the biggest problem once you get into the building and into the bedroom, the biggest problem usually is the bathroom. So we can provide photographs of the installations in that bathroom, and we can also provide diagrams of the facilities that are available for disabled people. And then lastly, what I've been developing over the last couple of years is the way that we can use video. I was lucky enough to stay at the William Watson Lodge this weekend, thanks to Ross. And this is the information that is currently on the website. It's Alberta Tourism, is it? Alberta Parks?
Alberta Tourism Parks and Recreation.
Alberta Tourism Parks and Recreation website. This is the information, I'm not expecting you to read it all, but this is the information that they currently provide. It doesn't tell me how many cabins there are for disabled people. It doesn't tell me currently what the facilities are, what the bathrooms are like, and what going to the lodge, I knew it was going to be accessible because I've been reassured by talking to Ross on the phone. But from the website, it doesn't give me a clear picture of what the facilities are. So with kind permission of Ross, we've looked at this over the weekend and kind of put together a little bit of a case study of how we could provide better information. and they're actually developing their website at the moment, I believe, to provide more information. So in the descriptive, in the descriptive text, possible information that we could include is the total number of cabins. The lodge, I now know that they have different layouts. They have one-bedroom lodges, cabins, they have two-bedroom cabins, and they're all in rows of 3, all joined together. Of the 3, one has 1 bedroom with a level access shower, one has 2 bedrooms with a level access shower, and then the final cabin has 2 bedrooms with a bath. Is that right?
That's right.
That's right. So we can include that information because there are 22 cabins in total, and 2/3 of those have level access showers. Also, they have other facilities. In bedrooms, above the beds, they've got a rail which can put up a hoist up there. And they've also got things for the baths to help people get in and out of the baths. So these adaptations we can include in the descriptive text. We can also include information about the grounds of the lodge, where there are 16 kilometres, 18 kilometres of accessible routes around the lodge for wheelchair users. There's an interpretive trail and various other things. They've also got other equipment available to help disabled people get into more mountainous areas around the lodge. In the photos, these are just some quick snapshots that I took of one of the cabins. You can see here we've got the sink, and it shows that there is no barrier below the sink. This means that a wheelchair user can actually get in underneath the sink and use it properly. On the toilet, we've got the grab bars there, not only at the both sides, but also one at the back for somebody who can stand but is not so steady on their feet. And then over here we've got the roll-in shower, which shows the seat and the grab bars. And then just a quick snapshot of the bedroom, which shows that we have single beds, which is important for some people. The diagrams, this is just a quick sketch that I've done this morning. It's not to scale by any stretch of the imagination. But the measurements show me how the space is in the bathroom and the layout of the bathroom. So the 83 centimetre door width, which is just up there, tells me how wide that gap is, so I know I can get my wheelchair through that. The 83 centimetres and the 60 centimetres don't add up to the 123 and 47 on the other end. This is because the actual width of the door frame is 90 centimetres, but the clear opening space from the edge of the door when fully opened to the edge of the frame is only 83 centimetres. Does that make sense? Good. Yeah. Also, other information that we can include in this diagram are the heights of the toilet, the shower seat, the bars that we use to transfer on and off, the clear space underneath the sink, the height of the clear space, so I know if I can get my legs underneath or not, the height to the top of the sink, so I know if it's too high or too low for me. And also, on this side, from the toilet over here, we've got a large gap. And we can put in a measurement there because that's the transfer space from my wheelchair onto the toilet. So therefore I know if I've got that measurement, I know if I can get my back of my wheelchair into that in order to be able to then transfer over onto the toilet. I'm probably running out of time now, but I've actually done a quick video of the lodge. Not only can we show...
Sorry, you also show that the light switches are lower and the plug-ins are higher?
Yeah, you can also show those things as well, yeah, of course. What I normally do with the diagrams is I have the diagram there, and then below I have various different headings such as shower grab height, etc., toilet grab bar height, and then you can list them underneath. If you want to be really fancy, you can do a 3D diagram. I'm just not quite that advanced yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So I've done a quick video just to show some of the facilities in this particular cabin, but also I think it's vitally important that we can use these videos as a marketing tool. We can show what's going on in the area around the lodge. So we're not just providing information here, we're trying to sell a product. We're trying to sell a product for money that disabled people want to buy. They have disposable income, they want to buy these products, so sell the product to them. Now, I've never embedded a video into PowerPoint before, so I'm hoping this is going to work. No would be the answer to that. So the USB came unplugged for some reason. Sorry, this is so me waffling. Excuse the music, it's the only thing that I could find with the word Canada in. I don't think you can hear the music anyway.
William Wilson Lodge in Alberta, Canada, where they have a variety of different facilities for disabled people.
Good plan.
So let's have a look at one of the cabins behind me to see exactly what they have.
I love the music. So just some general shots of the lodge. Here again we're showing the bedroom. And this is the level access shower. So we're showing the seat, the grab rails. And then some other facilities in the bathroom with the grab rails. And here we're just showing a little bit of the surrounding area around the lodge. So we're showing that it's got a ramp with grab rails for getting up and down. And also the yellow on the floor is tactile for blind people. This is a route up near the lodge, the highest pass in Canada. And then just showing a little bit of the wildlife that you can see around. I was lucky enough to see bears. Oh yeah. And obviously these are all places that as a wheelchair user I got to. So I'm showing my clients the possibility of what they can see while they're out in Canada at Kananaskis. And that's me plugging myself.